Howdy, folks. Chris here. It's a lovely Sunday as I record this. We just got finished recording some episodes. Very close to the end of this mission. I think we're probably going to have one more recording session of episodes, so we're probably looking at 16 to 17 episodes of this season, of this mission. And then, so anyways, I wanted to pop up here real quick and say thank you to our Patreon folks. They are Taylor, Drowrin, Miles, Randy, Yam, Colby, Thomas, Randy G, Laszlo, and Hovo, H-O-V-O. Thank you guys again for your continued support of us. We appreciate it, and I'll probably be getting another post up there on the Patreon, just kind of laying out the plans of what we're going to be doing forward. I thought about maybe even sending you guys a sneak peek of the Traveler background that we're kind of building out. But, that's all I got, really. So, enjoy this episode. Later.
Welcome, weary dreamscape travelers, to Nighttime Island Radio. The only place where sleepy eludes you and dreamy pastures are always on the horizon. I will be your shepherd this evening, and you can call me Little Whispers. Just listen to my voice, and I will regale you of tales not your own, and hardships far, far away. Now just sit back, and let your mind wander, my sheep. After taking the bell from Lenore Graves' house, the agents decide to split up to see what is to be known about the radio station as well as the History Museum. I think finally now they are seeing that time is of the essence. Reflux and Duffy go to the radio station and meet Sarah Pruitt. Quite a character. She tells the agents what she knows, and the agents discover that there is a tape recorder at the trailer with a recording of Wes giving off a series of numbers. They also uncover the truth about Topanga, Sarah's pet bird who recites these numbers on repeat. Strauss and Ace head to the History Museum and have a lovely conversation with Frederick's sister Flora, who tells the agents many facts about the ritual while letting the agents go through Frederick's life journals that he kept meticulous notes on. Flora then goes to let the agents know that the god Azathoth is said to be sleeping beneath this very island. Everything is becoming so clear now. All that is left is putting together the clues before time runs out. Sweet dreams, my little flock. Until next time.
Hello, my little turtle doves. It's a favorite. I have to keep doing it. We're starting today because we left last week on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So we're just starting off and, concluding that storyline with Agent Strauss and Agent Ace. And they're still at the History Museum.
Just learned about Azathoth.
Yeah, great. Thanks for that.
No big deal. Just one of the big guys.
Yeah, hey, you know what?
And Chris had a point. Hearing the name Azathoth, I think that deserves a sand check.
I think, yeah. Because, we're part of Delta Green, so I'm assuming we would know something along those lines.
Right.
I failed. I got 73 over 53.
Okay.
Fail. 97 over 60.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So you 2 points of sanity.
2.
Easy enough.
All right.
I'm not going to project yet.
Yeah.
So by hearing
I'll be sane
this,
forever.
By hearing this, you kind of get like uneasy. You're just like, but what?
Something doesn't feel right.
Right.
Yeah, and she's just like, she's kind of unfazed. She's just like, what lay sleeping beneath this island, my dear fellows,
No,
is
I
the
don't feel
great
bad for killing
Azathoth.
her. Yeah, I'm not gonna feel bad about killing anybody here. Quick question. I didn't get to clarify at the end of the last episode. So, Frederick wrote notes on the back of the original ritual.
Yes,
And
he
what
did.
we were given to understand is that the original ritual puts this god back to sleep once every 70 years.
The original ritual, yes.
But with his notes, what she's suggesting, she's read all of his journals. She says that his altered ritual on the back, that loops people.
She didn't say loop. Well, she did say loop. It was like, yeah, so that was the ritual.
It time traps them to feed energy to feed to
Yeah.
the creature, but
Yeah.
we don't know whether that's to awaken it or to keep it slumbering. Maybe we need to be in this loop to keep it slumbering.
Well, this is why I wanted to ask. The impression I got was that it's going to awaken.
That is what you would assume the pure awakening would be.
Yeah.
So he wants to summon it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't decide if that means we need to kill everybody involved or do the original ritual.
We gotta figure out what the original ritual is.
Yeah.
Well,
We gotta get the other half.
Well,
So-
yeah, it's, if you wanted to do the original ritual would require first, the old ritual, the old vessel, and then you would need a new vessel to put the god into and have an arbiter.
But Tiffany's gonna know the old vessel. Or maybe
Yeah.
Tiffany is the old vessel.
Tiffany is so young; she can't be the vessel.
Well, I think it's got to be the old man. The blind old man that was in the Palakiko. James.
It could be, yeah.
And then the
He
new one.
was a part of the ritual, yes.
And the new one's going to have to be the little kid.
So I don't think we're, yeah.
What? So, you would know. You've read all of his journals, and you were familiar with the church. So this, at 70 years, the ritual, or the vessel is aged, and the god must be transferred to a new vessel. What happens if the old vessel, say...
Dies before it happens.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be quite unfortunate. You see, we all exist in the great Azathoth's dream, and if he awakens, everything we know in existence will just cease to exist, and that would just be terrible for the rest of it. But it's just an old church. I wouldn't put too much onus on all of that.
So how is the vessel chosen? How is the vessel chosen?
Oh,
I know
no.
you said it's blind.
Oh,
But is it like, is a setman or somebody like that step forward to take the vessel?
Oh no, the seven are chosen just to channel and start the ritual. They need to always have a hand on the pedestal with the instrument of choice. And then the ritual is then begun with the arbiter standing between the old vessel and the new vessel is chosen. They have to be blinded by either man-made or hereditary purposes, which is why John Palakiko was chosen and from the beginning. And then it's just new vessels are often chosen by if they can survive the 70 years usually. So a youthful individual is what is chosen.
So yeah, it is this old-ass guy. That's why he doesn't remember much, because he was young and just chosen as a vessel.
But he was a setman as well.
Was he a setman?
Yeah.
James was the one you talked to in the cafe. John is the brother.
Oh, that's
But
right.
he's dead, isn't he?
Is he dead?
We just haven't heard from him in
Yeah,
70
actually, I don't
years.
think. I think we made the assumption that he's dead. But he said he hasn't seen his twin brother in a long time.
That's right, he was taken away.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's right. He didn't see him after the ritual, so he was taken somewhere to be kept safe, probably.
In that basement of that church. The key code we found in that room 137.
Here, it's probably where we're going to find
We're
him.
going to find him down there.
All right. Well, you've been incredibly helpful, Flora. And then we did get pictures of the front and back of the.
Sure.
Yeah. I just want to get as much as possible. She's willing to let us do that.
Oh,
Cool.
of course. And then she's just like, "Oh, I'm so happy you were happy with your service." And she kind of holds her hand out again, and she's just smiling, and
Give her
she's just
another
like,
$10.
Give her a high five.
Low five. She's too slow.
"You dolls were just so kind. Anytime. I'm always
we might be
here."
back. You might see us again.
I don't get very many visitors. It's always welcome, dears.
Then I turn around and leave. Just goodbye. Once we're outside, Are you going to linger around there, or like talk to her? Or are you coming outside too?
No, not. I'm just thinking, if we get this whole thing solved, we are going to murder every member of this church. We are going to shoot every single one of them so that this information does not, we have to kill her because she knows this shit.
Yeah, no,
if we do this ritual and everything is normal and whatnot, we have to kill her. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We got to kill her. We got to kill anybody that knows this information has to die.
We had to break out of this loop.
That's the first step. But I think he's like, if we can fix this, whatever's here, we're going to have to come back and kill her. I don't care if we make it look like it's an accident, the house burns down, or whatever we're going to do, but...
We have plans to burn down the entire island.
You heard that shit about Azthoth. We gotta... That's not getting out.
Who even knows if it's true? But
doesn't matter.
What is true is...
The knowledge can't
trapped.
get out.
Oh, no. I'm with you on this.
All right.
Maybe just shoot her now. No.
It's not going to solve anything. She'll just be back.
So, we've got pictures of it. We get outside, we decide, okay, we
look at the photos before we leave. Are they good enough quality that we can read them?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not going to let you GM us on this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I do wish I did that better, but it was my first time. I'm going to cut myself a little slack. They're just basically copies of what you saw in the cafe.
Sure, but I just want to make sure that we can read, the photos we took, we can read them, clearly as we look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
2018, you have really good cameras on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can, take a couple, zoom in really close.
Right, yeah.
Okay, cool. So
All right.
then once we're outside, I want to give these dudes a
the
call.
other.
We are all back together. A lot of shit has happened.
Getting the band back together.
So I think as soon as you guys pull up and we get in the car, we're just we gotta kill the little bitch.
Yeah, we're
killing everybody
We're-
tied to this church is gonna die at the end of this.
We're definitely calling you and saying, come pick us up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Ask
pick
me
us up.
nicely.
We get into the car.
It's about 1 p.m. at this point.
Okay.
We get into the car, and
All right,
that's the
get in the
first
car.
thing that Ace says when he gets in the car. He says, we got to kill every single one of these people connected to this church.
Yes.
Every single one of them is going to
Okay.
die.
Oh,
This
Jesus. Whoa,
knowledge
whoa, whoa.
can't get out.
Knowledge
whoa,
can't
whoa,
get
whoa.
out? What are you talking about? Where did you guys go? The History Museum?
Yeah.
So we got a copy of the scroll. We got a couple, and I think he'd look at Strauss and be like, we got a couple journals from Mr. Malos.
And I just pull them out of my jacket.
We're going to use
Frederick's
those to
journals.
talk to the sister
La
to get the other
Tita.
half of the scroll so we can put them together to figure out this fucking whatever this ritual is.
You know how we woke up today and it was yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Frederick's fault. Or
They're using
Tiffany's
this
fault.
to
or
power
somebody.
a sleeping being at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, Jesus.
That we're not going to tell you more about so that you don't go fucking insane.
Oh, Jesus.
So Strauss,
Christ.
no, I'm sorry. Strauss, you're good. Reflex. This is
Yeah.
your first mission.
Insane.
Yeah.
We're going to have to kill people, and you need to be comfortable with that. This old man, the blind guy, anybody tied to this church dies at the end of all of this.
Oh,
And if you're not comfortable with that,
Oh,
then
damn.
let us do it. But
So-
I'm letting you know right now,
Okay.
this old lady's dying, Flora's dying, that old lady that we met earlier is dying, the fucker on the boat, that fucker fishing's dying, the old blind guy that has the blind son is going to die. Anybody tied to this church dies at the end of this. This information does not leave this island.
Okay, I was talking to our handler about this. So this is containment. Are you okay? So you're saying this information's so terrible for the world that if anyone knows it, they have to die,
Welcome to Delta Green.
except
Yes.
for us. Except for us, we're cool. We're cool, right, guys?
No, we're going to live with this
you and
trauma
I
of
don't-
what we're going to do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
only barely know this information.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just know that it's dangerous.
You're not going to kill me, right?
Are you going to go with the church?
No.
I
Then you're
cock
good.
my pistol.
All right.
You cool?
So,
I'm cool. I'm cool.
here's what
I'll
we
be
learned.
cool.
We got a couple Frederick Marlowe things. They talk to a being that slumbers beneath the island, and this ritual is tied to keeping that being asleep. There is a vessel that we found out is John Palakiko that they are going to use to transfer into the body of another blind person, i.e., John Palakiko's nephew or
Grandson?
grandniece,
nephew.
grandnephew, the little blind boy at the cafe. They're going to transfer the vessel, which is in John Palakiko, into that little boy during this ritual that's going to happen. That's what's going to happen right now.
Okay, so hold
in
on.
order to keep this being asleep. But our good buddy, Mr. Malos, decided that, we don't need to do that. We're going to reverse engineer that shit to power this creature, to summon it to waken up. That's what we kind of the gist we got.
Is that what that's what Tiffany's trying to do?
Yes.
We have to assume she's finishing his work.
So there's a pedestal, which I assume is
see.
going to be at the bottom of that fucking vault that we found. And down there is going to be this fucking John Palachico gentleman, and we're all going to have to put our hands on the fucking pedestal, hold some instruments, and then someone's going to say this fucking prayer, and then we're going to try to reverse this shit. And then once that's done, anybody tied to this church is fucking dying.
Damn.
Anyway,
guys
so
find?
what did you guys find out?
Well, let me parse what you said. There's a little bit more. Okay, so
Sure.
John.
So outside of characters, John Palachico is still alive. John Palachico.
we I think and hope.
We hope.
So wait.
Well,
So
he has
it's-
to be because he's the
sorry.
fucking vessel. Otherwise, everything would be
I mean,
over.
So I have John
According
as the
to
blind.
according to her, so
John
like,
Palachico is the brother of
James.
James.
And so I have one.
James is blind.
I have John as blind. Sorry.
they're both
They're
They're both
both
blind.
blind.
They have to be. The vessel has to be blind.
hereditary blindness.
So John Palachico is the vessel.
Yep.
The vessel, Frederick the Arbiter, transfers the god from one vessel to the next vessel every 70 years. So whoever the new Arbiter is, we're going to assume is going to be Tiffany Malo, is going to transfer the vessel from John Palachico into the little blind boy. We're assuming the little blind boy because he's been set up. He could be a red herring.
Right.
And that's what we found. Outside of character, we found out that they serve Azathoth, which is one of the old gods. Pretty big one.
One of the big
We're
ones.
just gonna throw it
One
out.
of the big ones.
It's kind of a little baby player. And yeah, the essentially, what else do I got here from my notes? Frederick is trying. Sorry, not Frederick. Yeah, he's basically trying to create a pure awakening of the creature, not necessarily what they've been doing, where they keep him in sleep. And so that's what we found for what's going on right now. So
Yeah, I'm still don't know what the best course of action is, except that everybody involved in this should die, and we need to break out of this loop. And something Frederick did, created this loop.
Yeah.
Well, I think the loop was there before. They've been doing this for 70 years. This isn't their first rodeo doing it.
Yeah.
So what happened is, and I'll go back in the characters. Like something happened the last ritual where Frederick talked with this creature, this being, this god that they worship, and that's when he realized they'd done something wrong, and he needed to leave and fix it, which is creating a time loop which powers it. That's kind of the gist I got.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, nonetheless, we're dealing with a cult tied to a rather large undersea creature that could destroy the world. And according to Miss Flora, we're all part of her dreams anyways. And once it wakes up, existence will cease to be. So
Shit.
that's why she's going to die. And anybody else that was part of this church is going to die. What'd you guys find?
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, it's a lot at once.
So how about you?
we thought we had the good stuff. We went to the radio host, and she is wild.
Yeah, she's sounded a little excitable this morning.
That's one way to put it.
Acid reflux is gonna fuck her.
Yeah.
Nice.
She had the tape recorder.
Oh.
Oh, nice. All right.
It was put in her trailer by West, it seems like, from what we can gather, and it also had the code for the hatch playing over the tape. And we think that it was put there for her parrot to hear and start repeating. The parrot's name is Topanga.
Oh.
Yeah, so we complimented Topanga, but Acid Reflux has a theory that the compliment aspect might go further than that, so we have a couple variations to try with the code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, the compliment didn't do anything, and I don't know if that was just West's cheeky way of saying go to Topanga, right, the parrot, and that we'll know once we're there, or if it's further than that, and that the complement is technically an engineering term for flipping binary bits in a certain mathematical way. It basically says, like, we have these numbers, but to complement the number which came from the parrot, it could modify the code itself. So I'll have the backup codes just in case, but maybe it's just the code itself, but I'll have some backups in case.
Well, in that case, we were going to go get the other half of the scroll, but do we want to go try that code first?
No, we need to get the scroll. If we're going to do this, we need to have our ducks in a row before we go down there.
Well, my thought is we have to gather up everybody anyways. Do we have enough time today to make this happen, or do we try
Like
again
1 o'clock.
tomorrow? Yeah, all right.
That's about one.
Let's go get the scroll.
Yeah, we'll stop by, see if our good friend Kevin got the items that we asked him for.
Okay. Do you call him?
You show up at his house, kick open the front door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where's my shit, Kevin?
Cut off your fingers.
We have until 12:21 tonight, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to go to Kevin, get the 2 items. We're going to go to Flora, or the other sister, and we're going to try to convince her to give her a couple journals of like, hey, I'm going to give you these journals that were meant for you. You let us see that scroll.
That's the other important bit.
And if he lets us do that, then we're going to combine the scrolls with what we have. We're going to write all that shit out and get down what the fucking ritual is. And on the back was Frederick Moloch's notes of what he wanted to do to fix the ritual. We're going to get all that situated. Then we're going to go back to the fucking hemlock. And that's what I got so far.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to shoot some people.
Do we know how to disable? Like, how are we cleanly disabling this ritual?
We have no idea.
We have no idea. We haven't even know what the ritual is yet. So that's why we need to gifts.
Okay.
Well, okay, just for clarification purposes, if you do the ritual, it elongates the sleep of
Yes.
Azathoth. And if you have the pure awakening, it's if the vessel wakes up or dies and then the Azathoth gets to awaken. So that would be the pure awakening for him to get enough strength and energy to wake up without the
And
ritual.
we don't know if doing the original ritual will wake us out of this loop. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you do, you don't know that, but I mean, if the ritual isn't done, the longer it goes on, the more risk happens of
The old man dying.
old man dying.
We don't even know if he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing we got to figure out.
That's the only last part I don't quite get yet is what is the benefit of, or what is the purpose of transferring that person? So there's a person that keeps transferring from person to person. So that means they've been alive for hundreds of years?
No,
it
it's
changes
it's
every
the
time.
god.
So they're going to transfer into this little boy's body.
Or, well, she specifically said the new vessel needs to be blind by hereditary or man-made purposes.
And the only blind one we know is that blind kid.
Yeah.
So that's why we're banking on blind boy.
And what is the purpose of transferring again?
So that
to elongate the
so the
slumber.
host won't die.
Okay, so there's some kind of the entity isn't living within the blind boy, right? So
No.
so it's like I know that transferring as part of that ritual the transfer from old to boy like helps elongate the person, but what is that? What is the actual transfer doing? Like I don't
It's
see
putting
it.
from one body to another so that the
being
the being is in place to keep it asleep. So that person being alive keeps the being asleep.
Okay.
So every 70 years they have to put it into a new body so that Azathoth keeps slumbering. Otherwise he's going to wake up and then we're all going to be dead.
It's essentially imbuing someone with this ability, and that ability is to keep the being asleep, as a thought asleep. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Oh, I see.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
No, yeah, I didn't get that. All right.
So we go to Kevin's.
Kevin?
Kick the door.
Yeah, he opens the door and he's just like, oh, hey, fellas,
You got our stuff?
Oh, I got sandwiches, yep.
Did you get the bell or did you get the drum and the flute?
Yes, I got, come in, I got all those too. You guys want sandwiches?
Sure.
Well,
Love a
okay.
sandwich.
Yeah, it just wasn't even part of it. You know, it was just really great to be part of a cell again. It was really great to
Let's
be
see
part
the
of the
items,
mission. Oh, okay. And then he just like takes out like a grocery bag and he just like dumps them out on the table.
Does he actually have what we need?
Yeah. He has the flute and he has the drum.
Perfect.
Nice.
He did it according to your specifications.
Did you punch a little guy in the dock for us like we asked you to?
Herman?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it took me a while to get the gumption to walk on the dock because, you know, how unsafe it is with the eyes and the birds. I had to, you know, shoo them away for a while, but I finally got the courage to walk on the dock.
You're a real hero, Kevin. I want you to know that.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
couldn't have done this without
But,
you.
No, I just asked him. Yeah. I didn't just ask him. You know, the guy has, he's easy to read, you know, because he's wearing that shirt. So I just went into the green box and got that Statue of Liberty, and I just traded him
what?
for it. There's a Statue of Liberty in the green box.
He likes the boobs.
Oh.
The guy on the dock is Melissa McCarthy's granddad, and he's obsessed with New York because he likes the boobs on the Statue of Liberty. And this is not made up. This is what we were told.
Yes.
And he is like, he thinks that Frederick was going to take him to New York. He was like obsessed with the idea of going to New York with Frederick.
Okay.
I know I don't feel bad about throwing the fishing pole in the water. No. Fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
We have to do this again. I'm throwing him in the water.
They're giant boobs, dude.
Kevin just goes on. He's just like, yeah, like once I saw the I Love New
Cool.
York, I just kind of connected the two, and then we had like a nice conversation. He likes the boobs,
Right,
but
well,
apparently
thanks for the stuff. Bye. And like, I'm gonna grab the flute and the drum and like, all right, we got to get to the library.
And I'll go to bed right after, like, forgot our sandwiches.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay. And
I
then,
mean, I've known Kevin long enough to know that he's just gonna ramble.
he was.
We're literally on a clock.
He's definitely going to ramble. He doesn't know you're on a clock. He was definitely going to ramble. But he kind of just like walks you guys.
Enjoy your last few hours of life.
Waddles you over to the door, and he's just like, anything else I can do for you guys? I am a agent. I am in the wings.
When we call you, we need you to go to the Hemlock, and we need you to create the biggest disturbance you can.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Perfect.
Oh.
He's going to be our distraction to get the guards away, so when we go into that room, we don't have to worry about them coming.
That is a fantastic.
We're going to have him fucking run around naked, greased up like a pig or whatever.
No way. We're going to have him light 10 yachts on fire.
That's exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like him running around naked. That seems funnier than me.
He can do
like
both.
waddling naked.
He's just going to light
he
so
can
many
do both.
things on fire.
It just makes me think of the It's Always Sunny scene where he comes out of the
Comes out
couch.
of the couch.
Oh my god, so perfect.
Not unlike, no, it's pretty accurate.
You got to get the buffet at the gangbang. All right. So we go over to the library.
Library. All
The
right.
password is orgy.
Orgy.
Fucking show's so good.
It's 1:30.
I think it's 12:30. Daylight savings? Wait,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, it's 1:30 in the game.
In the game, sorry.
I was like, 'cause it's exactly 12:30.
It's actually 12:30.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I was like, did my phone not set itself to daylight savings?
Delta Green.
Oh, right.
Daylight savings is leaking into Delta Green.
Who's driving?
That's fucking ad sloth.
Who is driving?
I'll drive.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't, sure.
Okay, go ahead and roll alertness, Duffy, for driving.
I mean, drive is a skill.
It is a skill, but I mean, I'm learning. There's something else.
Do we still have the 3%? It actually doesn't matter. I passed.
You passed? Okay. You notice in the rearview mirror, you see in a distance, keeping a distance, a sheriff's car kind of following you.
Cool. Fucking kill him.
I don't give a shit.
I'll let everybody in the car know.
Okay.
All right, cool.
yeah.
So we get to the library. Go inside.
All right. There's no one there. I mean, this isn't like a. You don't go here to do homework, so there's no one.
Right, but it's crotchety old bitch there.
It's crotchety old bitch.
Yeah. So we just not even like acknowledging her. I put the fucking journals on the table, but like, these are meant for you, right? We got them. We can get you the rest. Show us that fucking scroll you have in the back.
And she kind of like looks at them, and she like puts on her glasses because they're like sitting on her
Oh,
chest.
that's right.
And then she's just like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
You want your brother's books that were meant for you, right? That your sister took from you.
Wait, she has the journal?
She sure does. These are 3 of them. We'll help you get the rest. Show us that fucking scroll you have in the back. We don't have time to sit here and bullshit and talk with you.
And she kind of like,
I think Duffy's going to stand by the front door in case the police show up.
okay.
Did you let us know you saw that?
He did,
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I just didn't know we were going full aggressive at the
Oh, yeah.
library,
Oh,
so I want
yeah, we're going. I'm done with this shit.
I want to run cover if anybody shows up.
No, that's
Yeah,
smart.
we're on a
If
time.
you need some of the sweet talk, your reflux here will see nice things too, but we don't got time for that.
And she's just,
Do you want the rest of these journals or not?
I do, but Frederick left them to me.
You're right, he did, and your sister took them, and she's a fucking cunt for that. And we'll all get on the same page on that later. Right now, you have a scroll. We need to see that scroll. Let's go take a look. We'll get you the rest of these. I promise you. You got my word. You can give me the keys, and I'll walk back there. I don't really need you to waddle because you're going to take a while because you're fucking old.
And she's just kind of like looks through the journals just to authenticate. 'Cause
Sure,
she
yeah.
hasn't like seen them in years.
Sure,
and
that's the
she's
first
like,
one. That's the last one. We picked a couple in the middle.
Oh, wow! How did you can get me them all?
Absolutely, we can.
There's a whole shelf full.
There's thousands of them. There's a journal for every single month from 1948 to when he died, and I will bring them all to you in a fucking box.
Well,
Multiple boxes, probably, because it's going to be a lot of journals. But
she's like, I don't think I can let you take the scroll.
I don't
That's
need to take
fine.
scroll.
We just
I
need
just
to
need
see
to
it and take some pictures.
I suppose that's fair. One moment. And she kind of like grabs like her keys and like fumbles because there's like way more keys than she needs
Sure,
on this
yeah.
thing. And she just kind of like starts waddling to the back room.
She slows down. I'm just going to pistol whip her.
And she just kind of like goes through the keys, and it takes her a minute or two to get the keys, and then like and then she goes to a box on the shelf and takes it off. It's a little dusty, takes off, and then she kind of unrolls this scroll, the half scroll that she has, and she has it there.
You got a room where we could take a look at this by ourselves? Like, is there a conference room here in your little shitty area?
Yeah, and you got a notebook too?
We got notebooks. We don't need her paper. Fuck her. We'll take a printer piece of printer paper.
I'd say like the back room is kind of like
Sure.
an offshoot
Okay.
room. There's like there's no exit in the room, but there's good light.
I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know if they have like a meeting room or something like that. But
No, I wouldn't say
cool,
it's that.
perfect.
big,
All
yeah.
right, all right, perfect. This is what we need to do. We just need to take a look here real quick. Well, we're not taking it. You can be in. I don't know if you want to be here the entire time we're in here, but I prefer you don't because I don't really want to look at you. But
So rude. She's like, no, feeling is mutual. I just keep it where I can see it on the table before you leave.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go.
Sure, definitely.
Look through the journals.
Perfect.
Like, I just need to.
Bye.
She leaves. Yeah.
so who's in the back room with us? Or Duffy, are you going to stay out there and watch?
I'm gonna stand in front. Is there just like a door to the room?
That sounds like that. You want to stand in the doorway?
I'm gonna close the door and stand outside of it.
Okay,
So
cool.
if anybody wants to come in, they gotta go through me.
I like it. So, Reflex, are you going to be in the room with us?
I'm going to be on the outside.
So you two on the outside, we're in the inside.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay. So we look at the scroll, and we look at take the photos of the photos we took, and we start lining everything up, and we start writing down what
Copy.
the front says and what the back says. So if that takes us an hour
Yeah.
or two or whatever you want us to roll for that, we're going to start documenting what the fuck this shit says.
It would take at least a couple hours.
Oh, I'm
from like
assuming
a
so.
photo and then
Yeah.
matching the lines
Exactly.
up.
Yeah, it would take a while.
Yeah.
And how big is it? You said it's like a couple feet, 1 foot?
It's got a lot of information on it, so about like 18 inches.
Okay, so writing all this crap down. Is it? I don't know if you've written out everything, but is it like a step-by-step instruction, or is it like a kind of a vague, like you do this and that, and kind of
Well, if you're
wishy-washy sort of thing?
If
Like,
you're spending this time and I'm assuming you're putting everything together so that you can learn the ritual.
yes,
All right.
both of them, so we know.
Yes, the
Just in
front
case.
and the back.
Okay. If that does take a few hours.
Yep.
For
I think we would pop up and tell you guys, like, hey, we're going to transcribe this entire thing. It's going to take a few hours.
And then we can probably just go get like one of us, or maybe one of us can go get like sandwiches or food
Sure.
or something.
We
while
have
you
the
guys do
sandwiches
that.
from Kevin.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Then we'll just be
Okay, yeah, we just want to let you know, like, hey, this is going to take a few hours.
Post it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we'll explain everything. We're photocopying everything from this half to the photos we've taken. We're going to get everything written out. Sorry, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
You guys are on. Appreciate what you're doing.
All right, and both of you are learning this ritual.
I mean, we're both going to be documenting it together, so I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm imagining is like one of us has got the scroll and picture, and it's like reading it to the other one. To
Yeah,
write
the other
down.
person's transcribing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's got the better handwriting, you think?
Actually, probably I think Ace.
You think so?
Well, I don't think Strauss has good handwriting. I think he's got my chicken scratch.
Let me roll for my handwriting.
All right.
That's a 99.
All right, everyone's got chicken scratch.
As long as the information gets down.
So yeah, I think Ace will be the one writing. Then you're probably a better reader than him.
Yeah, I'm sitting there reading it out loud.
You're a quicker
verbatim.
reader.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you're learning this ritual, from what I gathered from the rules, you have to fail a sanity check for you to absorb the knowledge within the ritual.
Okay.
All right.
So we have to fail a sanity check?
That is what the rules have said. I do not lie.
I rolled a 3, so I did not fail.
I rolled a 64 over 58.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Which makes sense. Like you're the one writing it down.
For reading it?
You're the one reading it, right? Yeah. So I'm just writing words. You're the one reading out loud. So
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 point of sanity.
looks like we found our arbiter.
So you get this information about the ritual.
You said, really quick, you said 1 sanity?
Just one. You got lucky, man. You got lucky. I haven't rolled a 4 yet. I've just been doing, it's just been...
Hey, that's great. I
Why
love
couldn't
it.
I kept my 99?
All right, cool. So yeah, we take a couple hours, and I've.
All right, so you're absorbing the knowledge of these scrolls, and you discover that as the Arbiter has a very unique role, and that is to be the center of the ritual. And once the Setmen place the 3 artifacts on the pedestal, the ritual will begin as the Arbiter takes the hand of the old vessel and the new, and starts the transmission, like the transmutation of the old god to the new. And for a moment, it's said that the Arbiter gets to speak to the god for a moment before he's transferred over to the new vessel, which is like a divine honor in the church's religion.
Not a fan of that, but okay.
And there is the more you read, the more you see that the Azathoth is still sleeping within the old vessel, and the more of the life it feeds from all of these other beings stuck in these time loops, the stronger Azathoth is getting to awaken.
And this is we're getting off.
That's from
Kevin's or Frederick's.
Frederick's other half. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of grouping it all in. It's
Sure,
like,
yeah.
It's part of like the same thing.
Is there anything in Frederick's that would suggest how we stop the loop?
There is no... Well, he didn't specifically say stopping the loop, but he does say that if the ritual is continued, as in the new vessel is chosen and it is transferred successfully, that there is no more strengthening Azathoth for another 70 years.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So we do actually have to
Perform the original.
kidnap this little kid and...
Well, are we going to put it in the kid or are we going to put it in somebody else?
Well, they have to be blind.
Well,
We can blind them.
by
Blind.
hereditary or man-made purposes.
Yeah, so we
they
cut
need
some
to be
fucking
blind.
eyeballs.
I have a question for you.
You just want to do someone else because you want to save
How?
I feel bad putting on a little kid, man.
Duffy's whole thing
this is
with
just
kids.
a ritual.
Yeah.
Tells us that I have a step by step. I now know how to perform this. But is there anything in there that would give us the suggestion of, oh yeah, absolutely, this person must stay alive, versus like this is just something people have done forever?
It does go back like several hundred, if not thousands of years, as the continent, or as the landform has been there, as how long as they know about this ritual.
Yeah.
It just goes back a very long time.
So here's the issue. We're probably going to have to, like, do this every 70 years.
See, this is what I'm
wondering,
wondering
So-
if we actually have to.
Unless there's a way to break it.
That's why I'm wondering.
That's the things we're going to...
Well, and that brings up my next thought. Is like if Tiffany. So I'm recapping here. If Tiffany wanted this Azathoth to wake up, then wouldn't she definitely doesn't want this ritual to occur, right?
No, she does not.
So why
Hence
wouldn't
the
she-
lock getting down there to the pedestal.
Right. So
That's
that
why
makes sense
yeah.
so far. So why wouldn't she just kill?
It needs to be a pure awakening.
Yes.
It's kind of the
So it needs to have enough power to that when they do the transfer, it awakens him because he's more powerful.
It's the implication I got is like, if we just killed what
Yeah.
they believe, is
Yeah.
kill the vessel, he'll wake up,
Right,
but
okay.
it won't be good.
Oh, interesting.
I'm assuming the pure awakening will, like, they'll be spared or some dumb shit in their minds.
Yeah, whatever
Kind of
it
thing.
is, we don't want it.
Some cultish shit.
Yeah.
So they want to do the ritual, but at the right time. They don't
Right.
want it done until then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and you
So-
also read that if anyone else touches either vessel during the ritual while it's happening, that's known as like by default the god awakens. So the
like
only
it
one
just
allowed.
whoever's arbiter is physically holding to
Yes.
becomes a physical conduit.
Yes.
All right,
Anyone
damn.
else, then it kind of like makes the conduit not work, and it's like the energy goes somewhere else. He wakens up. It's
Weird
like
culty bullshit.
Weird
So
culty bullshit.
I nominate Huxley as the new vessel.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think we find that little shit stain of a human being. We make him the vessel.
Who's Huxley again?
That's
He's-
the kid that led us to the fucking room. That's in
Doesn't-
with it. With Tiffany.
Oh,
Doesn't that only buy us like 50 years?
Well, but then
It does, but this extends their life, right? Like that's what we're led to believe.
I wouldn't say it extends their life. It's basically like if someone's young enough, like early 20s, it's not out of the question someone might make it to 90 something. But the younger you go,
The better
the
chance. for it.
better chances of
the
that.
only thing I'm lost on is why is it only every 70 years?
And weird culty shit.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What if it's not even necessary to keep them alive?
Yeah.
They just think it is.
Right.
What if the whole thing is that you could strengthen and awaken this being by having a vessel for this? But what if they die and nothing happens? Doesn't matter.
I guess it's one of those things where it's like, do we really want to find out?
I know we don't.
Exactly.
I don't.
But I'm cool with... Strauss is cool with using Huxley. Now we have this information, or we know where to get it.
Yeah, I think like coming from like Duke's got a son, so I don't think Duke would want to put. And I know, like you said, Duffy has no
Exactly, yeah.
kids, but like I don't. And I know Huxley's someone's kid, but like I don't feel comfortable putting that on like a fucking 10-year-old. Like, hey, guess what? You're going to be fucking trapped with this in your body. For
You
the
know
rest
what?
of- I don't know what it does. Like, we don't know physiologically what it does to somebody.
What if instead we do it to Tiffany?
Hey, either or.
I mean, she's the one who...
She's older though.
She did it all. She's caused us to be stuck here.
Yeah.
And she's also potentially the new
Arbiter.
She
arbiter.
would be, yeah.
We also would have to get past her gigantic security guard.
Cool.
Okay, maybe Huxley then. I don't know. You know what?
Brixley?
We'll cross that bridge when we get
Brigands.
to it.
Brigands, damn it.
It's
Guns.
a good bad guy name.
We got
though,
knives, right?
We got guns.
Well, yeah, but
Can't
the blinds...
motherfucker can't dodge a bullet. Like,
No, I mean, I'm
shoot
thinking
him.
as long as we can just grab anybody and do this.
So the other thing we got to figure out, we know that she has a safe room.
Oh.
So, are we expecting everything to be ground floor down there with a pedestal? That's what we're assuming. But is there any chance that there could be something in her safe room that is tied to this as well?
I think there is a very good chance.
So,
Yeah. Which we have, we have like a skeleton key. I don't know if that's enough for the safe room, but.
we don't know. So, do we want, I guess, once we get to the hotel, do we want to go there first and try to check that and then go down to room 137 as Kevin's running, fucking being a pure agent of chaos? What is our plan now that we have this all done?
I mean,
It's probably
poetic
what, like,
justice.
it's probably like 4? 4:35 o'clock. So we have 7 hours.
Well, yeah, so we
To
also
do
need
this.
to plan around, like, maybe we can use the rest of tonight to be more exploratory, just fact-finding missions.
Do we want to be that fatigued going into this tomorrow? That's the other thing. We have a time limit, right? We're gonna get another fatigue level. We don't know that, but like we're gonna be more tired going into it. We're already all feeling pretty worn out from
Forgot
that one
that we
day.
don't just sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I think that's something that we have to consider is we all are
Losing
running.
hours. So we could go to sleep right now. And then
Speed run this.
re-up, and then in the morning finish running the tests that we want to run. Like there's if the code is going to work in the hatch, we got to figure out something for Kevin to do as a distraction and what time
Burn
he's
the
going to do
yachts.
that.
That's what we
Yeah,
do.
burn the yachts.
I think that would be most effective at night. I think people are partying. There's just a lot of havoc already happening, and I think if that happens, it's going to just
Wait, so
I
what's
do
to-
agree with
what's-
that part,
What's
yeah.
to stop us from doing it now? Wouldn't it be at night?
the exhaustion going into the next day tomorrow.
So right now we're at -3.
Yeah, if we just
Tomorrow,
stay up.
if it's an arbitrary 3, then we're going to be at -6 to all our rolls.
Right.
And so we'll be more tired tomorrow. I think we all can feel the tiredness of
Yeah,
today.
that's what I'm asking is why wouldn't
So-
we do it today?
I think we should do it today.
Try
I
it.
do.
I'm done.
Okay.
try.
Well, because like basically it's like if it fails, then we'll just have to retry it.
Try
right?
again.
So
Yes, but with lower stats going into it. So if there is any roll, then there's just a higher likelihood that we won't be making those.
So how... So you said that the code is binary, so you're going to have to figure that out.
So
Is
I
there-
actually already did. So like I already got the first. It's called the ones and twos complement. It basically in the ones complement is taking the binary form of the decimal number, which is it's 5 digits, but the decimal version is 16-bit, so it's 16 zeros and ones. And literally,
Duh.
the ones complement is flipping everything. Every 0 becomes a 1. Every 1 becomes a 0. The second complement is doing that, but then adding just 1 to the end. I don't know why they do that, but the second complement is taking the first complement and adding 1. So I have both of those. The numbers are so the base is 17413. The ones complement is 48122, and the second complement is
Start trying
48123.
some
That's
combos.
exactly what I got too.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I'm glad you plus one to that. Yeah. I'm glad you second guessed check my math there.
God damn.
Good job. That's nice.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. God damn, that was good.
All right. So
Hey, Cody, I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but you're really fucking smart.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I just want you to know that.
thanks.
If no one's ever said that, someone should. So I'll be the person to tell you.
Yeah.
You're really fucking smart, my guy.
Thank you, dude.
Can I just say-
I happened to hear it in college. It's nothing.
I'm just really flattered that you think that I could do that and that's
Yes,
possible.
I had to do it because literally you're having me compliment Topanga, and Topanga has a code, so it's pretty crazy.
But
I
dude,
was
you're
gonna
the
make
GM,
me-
so
I was
gonna make
really
me laugh.
curious if you came up with that because of something she implied, or if you just like went, "Wait a minute, I know this and I have to do it."
Yeah, it was basically.
I'm going to
that,
laugh if there is no code. It's just like
Yeah.
whatever number we punch in. So you went through.
Yeah,
Like she literally has no code.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, whatever number they figure out they want to
Yeah.
put in there, it works.
I'm going to my mind palace for no reason.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. So what the hell are we doing?
I don't.
What time is it?
It's like 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30. Yeah.
So we need to have Kevin make a distraction at night.
Yeah.
We're going to text him. So we get him on the outskirts. We get him all lubed up, let him know when it's time. Just runs around naked, burning shit.
Yep.
He doesn't have to be naked. I just think
don't-
that'd be funnier.
I don't know if there's anything else that we need to do tonight. Oh, we actually don't have the drum or the.
We
do.
those. We have all of them. We have the three.
We
have
got
the-
it from Kevin.
Oh yeah, I completely
So-
forgot that he was just our little helper monkey today.
Here's what we need to
Did
figure out.
everything
He's
for
part of
us.
the cell. He's part of the team.
Yeah, and so
Who's going to be our arbiter, and who are going to be the three set men.
Well,
I thought it was-
I know the ritual, so I probably need to be the arbiter.
Okay.
Probably,
So then
yeah.
we're the three set men.
Yep.
And I'm
So
just going to like tell
we
you guys.
can't- we have to put the items on the pedestal, and we cannot take our hands off of them.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Duffy wants to be the
Okay.
flute.
So we're not supposed to actually play. We're just supposed to put them
Nope.
on. Okay.
They need to be on the pedestal.
So the next thing we need to do
I'll
is
take the bell.
kidnap Huxley.
He's probably on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, and also Duffy does want to call his wife, and then if anything happens, he's going to call again tomorrow and see if that call was affected at all.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's good.
Good. That's a very good plan.
Wow.
So nothing crazy. He's probably just going to step away for 10 minutes and give her a call.
Just to let you know, party time is starting. So it's starting to get noisier at this time.
And the sheriffs never came in.
They did not come in, no.
Were
But
they?
They're
They're just
probably just
following us,
watching.
yeah.
They were watching, and then I did roll. They got bored after about 45 minutes of you guys not doing anything, and then they left.
Okay.
They're just a little suspicious of
sure.
us.
Yeah,
Cool. Well,
nothing like really out of the ordinary
If I
happens at a
see
library.
that sheriff in a safe room or underground, I'm shooting him in the fucking head.
hey, that's done. I'm not just. That's fine. I'm not going to stop you.
So do we want to check out her office first and then go downstairs, or check if the code works and just do
I get into her office is going to be tough,
yeah, probably.
but it's not. It's the same day as yesterday, which means they aren't expecting us to come. We could try the whole aspect of we're here for the Coast Guard and we want to talk with her about our findings,
I
'cause
don't
that
think
was-
she
no-
cares.
but that would get us into the office.
Oh,
And then we can just would we just kill her and brigands?
We could.
So my jam
That's the only
is,
other way I can
would
think
just
of
say
doing
like I like the poetic justice of grabbing someone, but I also think that whatever if it's going to compromise our success rate, then we need to be careful of that. So like if we can get the network guy that that we want to shove in the room,
Huxley.
that's because the other thing is we currently don't know how to dismantle this cycle. We just know how to perpetuate it, which means we should get the youngest person.
I agree.
Yeah, like technically, if we're trying to extend this ritual for the longest period of time.
yeah. The thing is, I brought this up, but I don't think I ever got an answer. Why every 70 years?
I mean, that's just kind of.
So we don't know if that's actually true.
We
We
don't.
could do it again tomorrow and transfer.
Right.
Theoretically.
Why don't
I
we
theoretically.
ask Tiffany Malos?
Yeah. I guess we do have to go
Okay.
talk to her.
Yeah.
Go talk with her and be like, "Yo, what the fuck's like?
Give us
What is this
answers.
ritual? What did Frederick tell you?
What if
We know what the fuck's going on."
What if we try to set it up in a way? So, did we initially get here on the 17th or the 18th?
You got her on the 17th, the day you arrived.
Okay.
And that's when we had to go meet, and
Right.
then now we're on the 18th.
What if we set it up in a way where, like, we sort of fabricate a conversation that ends in Huxley escorting us somewhere?
Right.
So that way we can just manhandle him and then.
We could say, "Hey, I think we forgot something in the room you led us to. Can you take us there and get us in there real quick?"
So
And
here's
they
my
seem eager to push us in. So.
here's my only problem with that. So they put us in that room on the 17th. And we wake up on the 18th, and now the 18th we're doing over and over and over. she knows that we went in there, and she knows what's going on. There's no conversation we can have with her that doesn't tip her off to. We know that you've done this, or that I
don't think we need to be. We can be blunt with her.
I think we have to.
I think we're at the point with her where it's like we're not hiding anything. But
I guess
that's why I don't think there's a way we can engineer a conversation that ends with us calmly being escorted by Huxley.
Well, Huxley doesn't know. We don't know if Huxley's in on it either.
I guess I'm just assuming, but I mean,
I
just can't think of.
But is she gonna try to keep up face, like, you know what I mean, like act like that's what we're banking on her acting like it's normal and like things aren't going wrong, like weird. So, which it's a risk. Like, I'm not gonna deny that.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
So
go try to talk to her.
So many wheels turning right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I love being in Chris's position because, like, whenever we just go off for like 10 minutes and it's like, what are we gonna do next? And you just like look at us and I'm like, I feel like Chris right now.
Yeah.
Like, see all the wheels turning.
So the wheels turning for me are, one, there's a bit of a concern that they're, like we talked about, where someone doesn't. They persist their memory. So I'm a little worried. Like if we dump everything, we all of our hand of cards to Tiffany, like. Then she might up security the next time because she knows what we know now or whatever. Whereas, because obviously she threw us in to like sap energy and feed the beast,
right?
But so that's obviously why she did it. But if she thinks that it's actually being threatened, then she might whatever up.
Well, that's the thing. She's not looping.
Well, that's what I was worried. It's like maybe there's some niche scenario where she was. Anyways, that's just like whatever random concern. The other thing is we still have the pins, and I was wondering, like, did she throw like partiers in there? Do we think like?
Well,
like,
I think
feed the beast?
That's kind of what she's, I guess, been doing since the Hemlock was built. It's all these disappearances. People get shoved in there.
Some people do disappear. Yeah,
so they've already been.
Gotcha.
How many people were there missing?
So far, like the missing persons reports, there was like, I don't know, 40 or 50 missing people.
They've done this.
Got it.
I also don't want to get like too existential. Like maybe this doesn't even have an answer at all, but we got to the island on the 17th, and then the 18th starts repeating. So people have acted on the 17th. Mm-hmm. So that time exists. That was something that this island has a May 17th or whatever.
Yeah.
May, it's May.
So it's not like you get here on the 18th and it stays the 18th. No, you get here on one day, and then the next day it stays that day.
Right.
So it's like, I'm interested to see if there's anybody who is truly outside of this time loop who is like, well, I know that it's the 18th all the time, but some days it's the 17th.
Well, the radio station lady knew, right? She made the comment that it's the same day every day.
Yeah, we completely
I literally
forgot to ask
5
her,
seconds ago, I realized we didn't talk to her about that.
Because she, like,
she made a comment about it.
Yeah.
Where time never changes or something like that.
I like
so she's in on it.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that was just like a coincidence that she was talking about how the island is very static.
Could be
the island.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, she did say that time never changed on the island since before the Hemlock, and now it's not changing because no one will ever want to do her. That's what she said. She was like, none of those guys ever want to do me. That's what she said.
Okay,
she did make that
was
clear to
what I
us,
was referring to. She just happened to be coincidentally talking about time. That's cute.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I still want to go talk to Tiffany.
Okay.
I think that might be our best path.
She might be tough to talk to, but I'm down.
Anybody want to do anything else before then?
Load my gun.
No, I think we
tell Kevin to get ready to burn some shit.
To extend the ritual, at least.
Let's do this.
All right.
So
somebody drive us to the Hemlock.
Hemlock. Going to the Hemlock. It's about 5:15 now, I'd say. Lots of partying going on outside. Security's kind of overwhelmed with all the... They have other things to look at other than you guys just walking into the hotel. Do you have the hotel key on you?
Oh, yeah.
I do, yep.
Okay.
And my approach would be to go to the front desk and, at least with the staff, keep up the ruse. Hey, we're here with the Coast Guard. Now we need to talk to Tiffany again about our investigation into the arsons.
Oh, yes. One moment, and then they kind of, like, pick up the phone call, or, like, the phone, and then they kind of push a number, and they're like, yes, they're here to see Miss Mallows. Okay. Yes, I will let them know. And then she puts down the receiver, and she's like, Miss Mallows is very busy at the moment. She might have a few minutes for you, but I don't think she would have much time to spare.
A few minutes is all I need.
Okay, all right. Well, the elevators are just this way. We'll have to have someone escort you.
Perfect. Do we decide on a time Kevin's going to cause a distraction?
We're going to text him.
Okay. I would say we text him now.
Sure. So.
Like once we're on our way up to Tiffany.
Sure, that works.
Yeah, and then I'll again stand just outside of the door. So if like brigands or anybody shows up, I'll just like knock on the door.
Sure.
With the distraction.
I'm assuming Brigand's gonna be in the room with her, but yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot him in the head the second I see him.
Okay, should I be inside then?
I don't know. It's up to you. I guess
We'll get the lay of the room when we get there.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll play it by ear.
So did they let us up there?
Yeah, so you have an escort. She does her little key card on the, because it's a special floor,
Yeah.
and it goes all the way up. It all looks familiar to you. Has like the palm trees on the side, and then hers is the
Yes.
big doors on.
Escort's not Huxley, is it?
It is not Huxley. Just one of
Because
the
Huxley got
receptionists.
called in.
Yes.
Huxley didn't take us up there.
No. Doors on the end. Everything looks like the same as yesterday.
Okay, I assume we go into her office and we're
Yeah.
waiting for her.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Brigand's in there?
Brigands is in there. He's standing off to the side. You see Tiffany behind the desk.
Okay.
And she's just kind of clacking away at the laptop, and then she has like that little vape thing that she had before, like the stupid little on the stick vape thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think we would have talked about this on the way. I just want to make sure I'm not doing anything too insane. We've already decided we got to kill a lot of people involved in this. At this point,
I'm on that board because
I want to.
anybody tied to this church.
I'm thinking the second we can get in with Tiffany, pull a gun on her bodyguard, pull a gun on her, and be like, "Tell us what the hell you're doing." Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna
But
do
that-
that, then I want to like
This is
make
what-
sure we're fully geared up.
Okay, this is what I was asking. We'll
Yeah.
probably would have talked about it.
Yeah.
That's the approach Strauss would have, gone
Discussed,
for.
sure, yeah.
If that is something we're down with, that's what I want to do. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I think
I think that's
Duffy would have a gun. I don't think he'd have like body armor or anything like that, but Duffy would definitely brought his pistol in there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is did we have any access, or did we bring any body armor, like bulletproof vests or anything like that?
I mean, would Duffy have been wearing armor it's an island, so it'd be kind of cumbersome. But
Definitely not the entire time, no. But I can see him bringing it if he has it and knows that he's going on a Delta Green mission.
right.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think Strauss would have body armor, but he definitely has his gun.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be wearing it the entire time, and if
Definitely
you
not the
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wouldn't be wearing it on the island unless he knew
Yeah.
like I might get shot.
So you could have it like underneath his shirt going up there.
right.
Yeah, he's saying he would have put it on knowing that we were going to.
Yeah,
confront.
we're having this conversation that we're going to go in to talk to Tiffany, and
exactly.
this is we're kind of going in guns blazing.
Exactly. But as the handler, if you say I don't have access to that, then I don't have access to
well,
that.
it
and
would
that's fine.
probably be in your luggage, and if you remember, your luggages are still at the inn. So you'd have to go back and get, if you had it with your luggage, that's where you would have to go back and get it.
We have time before it gets dark out to say when we decided we're going to talk to Tiffany, we could stop by.
Yeah,
that's
if,
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are cool
Whatever.
with
I
that.
mean,
Well, the
we have
inn's
time.
at.
yeah.
It's the opposite side. Yeah, we'd have to
Yeah.
drive.
Oh, is it?
I mean, we were up at the right history.
Well, no, we're
museum.
at the library.
The
now.
library.
Oh, right, we did. Okay, yeah, it's pretty close. So yeah,
Sure.
you could
All
say
right.
we did that.
If you want to do that, swing by, that's fine with
Go
me.
for it.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So yeah, Tiffany's kind of doesn't really pay you any mind when you walk in. She clacks on the laptop.
Okay, so we enter, kind of look everybody in the eyes, pull out my gun and aim it at her bodyguard's head,
Okay.
and say, "Tiffany."
And she looks up at you, but like unconcerned.
Does the bodyguard doing anything?
He just looks at you. He doesn't do anything. Doesn't reach for his gun. He just looks at you.
Duffy draws his gun.
Yeah, sure. Ace got his gun out too.
I've got
have mine in my
crossbows. And then she's just like, "You don't look that tired."
Oh, so that cuts to the chase. What exactly are you doing? What's your goal here? Are you truly doing what Frederick, whatever we gather he's doing?
I was chosen by Frederick to follow his mission. I do not intend to fail him. He chose me, and doesn't matter what you do here today, I will succeed.
I look at the bodyguard. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Can I just try to neutralize Brigands? If he's not moving, can I approach him like I'm a cop arresting a dangerous suspect? Just like, I want to make sure you're not going to draw a gun. I want to make sure like you're not reaching in your pockets.
Yeah.
Is he going to move if I start approaching him?
I was just going to ask, what is he doing now that I've got a gun trained on him? Is he...
He's still standing at attention, like hands behind his back. He's just looking at you, unconcerned. He's not. You don't see like threatened on his face, and he looks at Tiffany, And she's like, she gives him like it's okay, brigands. They're obviously confused. They don't understand Frederick's vision.
And I'll start like patting his waist, like looking for a gun to see if he has anything.
He
like
has
while
a gun.
while I have I'm gonna try to take his gun from him
Sure.
slowly, and he's cool with that.
He lets you.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna keep
nice.
doing that for anything else in his pockets
good.
that might
Smart.
And it's just like car keys.
jacket. Cool. Yep.
And like Tiffany's just like, you fellows just don't know how deep you are.
So what? Okay, what happens if we shoot you right now?
I can show you.
What does that mean?
You're just asking all the same dumb questions that bitch did.
All right, I'm gonna shoot her bodyguard in the head. Oh damn! Like
He drops. He's dead. And
Like-
she's just like, you think that anything you do here will have an impact. That's hilarious. You're idiots if you think you can come here and kill me and think Frederick didn't have a plan for that. He had a plan for everything.
yeah, we have his journals now, or access to them. I'm sure we could figure it out.
Then you know his genius.
That's one way to put it.
I kind of just want to shoot her, but I think maybe she has more information for us.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so nothing matters at all? Mm-hmm. Well, then
Only the
explain.
great pure awakening matters. We're all just trapped here in this pitiful, tangible existence. This isn't even us.
Who's the new vessel?
The new vessel? We don't need a new vessel. We just need an awakening.
Where's the old one?
The old one?
Yes.
I think you might have something to know about that. It was right beneath you in room 237. We just needed your life force. We all just needed your life force.
I think I just want to shoot her.
And she kind of
But
like starts.
really quick, we did mention she has a safe room.
She does a panic
Where did
room.
we learn that from?
It was like
Blueprints.
A roll. Yeah,
Blueprints.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I guess we could ask her, like, instead of to expedite, like, where's your panic room?
Yeah.
Oh, it's behind me, but I'm not panicking. You should be.
Yeah. Well,
I want to shoot her in the knee then. I actually walk over behind her desk and shoot her in the knee.
You shoot her in the
Boom!
knee, and she just starts cackling. And
She doesn't
she's
look
just
like she's in too much pain. She's holding it together.
She's like, you have no idea. No idea whatsoever. You are all just little possums in the road waiting to get run over.
All right, well, I guess I start looking for her panic room. I don't know if there's anything in there, but it's like, might as well.
Yeah,
We're
that's what I
here.
was thinking too. Like
yeah.
buttons under the desk.
I'm just gonna push her. Let's say just push her out of her chair and exactly what I was gonna say. Start looking through the desk for anything.
You idiots.
We were alive for a
that
sec.
Frederick didn't plan for this. And she reaches in her pocket and takes out the tiniest little pistol.
She's got a gun.
Oh.
No, I'm
and
gonna,
she puts it to her own head.
Can I,
Damn.
while seeing that she's reaching for something, do I have the chance
You
to try
don't
to...
because
okay,
you're around
that's-
where
okay.
Brigands is, and she's like, and she looks at you with this like insane look on her face, and she's like, "This is what faith looks like," and she pulls the trigger, and you see her head go back, and like the boom of the gun, and you wake up in room 237.
Oh, shit.
And we'll end the episode
Fuck.
there.
She is a failsafe.